Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. I'm Janani and with me is Sini. We are excited to walk you through how Zoho WorkDrive supports different teams and industries. Today, we are zooming in one of the major industry in particular, the modern real estate firms.
Thank you, Janani. So before we get started, just a few checkpoints. We host monthly WorkDrive webinars where we explore new features and industry-specific use cases. You can catch up on previous sessions anytime. They are available on our webinar registration page.
Today, we will walk you through how Zoho WorkDrive can serve as a unified data repository for modern real estate firms, so helping manage, store, and share content more effectively.
I'm really looking forward for this, Janani. So the real estate industry deals with a lot of large files, floor plans, legal documents, high-resolution images, and I'm eager to show how WorkDrive is going to help the teams handle all the data without the usual chaos. And with that note, Janani, shall we set the tone for today's session? What can everyone expect here?
Absolutely. So we have got a power packed session ahead. So here is how it will flow. We'll start by looking at the challenges real estate teams face when it comes to content management. Then we will walk you through a real estate specific use case to help you visualize how WorkDrive fits in. And then next, we will explore some of our latest AI powered features built to simplify everyday tasks for real estate professionals. We'll also cover how WorkDrive supports data compliance and access control. And finally, we will wrap up with how WorkDrive integrates across your tech stack and keeps your data secure and mobile friendly. So lots to ground to cover. Let's get started.
Perfect. That's a solid agenda. I think today's session is going to give our attendees a clear picture of how WorkDrive fits into the real estate workflow. So let's dive in. All right. So, Janani, before we get into the features, can you first walk us through the kind of content-related challenges real estate firms typically face?
Sure, Sini. So real estate terms teams often deal with scattered files on personal devices, cloud tools, and even local desktops. So this makes it difficult to find what you need when you need it. There is also a constant struggle with delays in approvals or lost documents, so which can slow down deals. And we all know in this industry, timing is everything. Another major concern is compliance and data protection. So with legal documents, identity proofs, and financial files, it's critical to stay secure and aligned with industry regulations. And finally, syncing different teams like field agents, legal teams, and the office staff can be chaotic without a unified system. So sharing, updating, or even archiving content becomes a big hurdle.
Yes, I can already see how scattered content and communication gaps could snowball into major setbacks. So, can you show us how WorkDrive tackles these challenges?
Yes, absolutely. So here, WorkDrive acts as a central hub bringing together every property document, legal file, contract, and image into one secure platform. So no more hunting across devices or drives. You can set up real estate specific folder structures, which means each department or stakeholder gets access exactly what they need. Nothing more, nothing less. It also supports anytime, anywhere access, whether you are in the office or out of meeting a client. You can access files via desktop apps or mobile, whichever is convenient for you. Moreover, for peace of mind, everything is backed up by role-based access controls, so sensitive documents stay protected even when shared across internal or external teams.
That sounds perfect for teams always on the move, especially with multiple site visits and client calls happening throughout the day. Centralized access with the right control really makes the difference. So, generally, now that we have seen how WorkDrive can be unified hub, so what's coming up next?
Up next is a quick walkthrough of how a real estate firm can go from site visit to deal closure using WorkDrive. Before we show you the live demo, here is what you will see. So upload and organize property files in team folders, use index view and tags to find files easily, set up approval workflows, and then share documents securely with OTP and watermarking, collect files from clients like ID proofs and other detailed information, and use comments and at mentions for fast feedback on the deal closure.
Great, sounds like full end-to-end flow. Can't wait to see how it plays on. So can you show us with a live demo on this?
Yes, Sini, let me show you. Okay, so this is Zoho WorkDrive's user interface. To start with step one, let's set up a team folder. So here is the sales and listings team folder. So you can create public and private team folders. And in the members tab, you will have options to add all of your team members and provide them predefined roles and permissions that you have given. So once this is all set, here is your subfolders and document where you'll get the new options to bring in and organize your data in a very neat way. So once this is done, we also have index view. So index view in Zoho WorkDrive will be used to create it is a writer document where it will guide for a specific folder, making it more easier to find the key resources of a particular file or folder. So this way, the index view will be helping you to do and get to your particular documents straight. And then second, the third would be, let's add more structure to your documents. So when it comes to adding structure to the document, let's choose a subfolder and let me choose a proper document, and then from here you can go ahead and associate a data templates. So data templates in WorkDrive, in simpler terms, it is the metadata tagging feature. So this metadata tagging will help you with structurizing your unstructured document that you upload under Zoho WorkDrive, and that also includes of, let's go to organize and associate data template. Let me choose property listing, and under property listing we have few predefined sets or the metadata fields that will add more structure. That's to start with the property location. Let's choose Austin. On the status, we have 3 multiple choices where it's going to be available, under offer, or sold. Let's go ahead and choose available. And then agent name. So by default, it will be uploaded here. So let's associate it. So the tag is added, so which will be visible and accessible for all the members who's part of the organization. So data templates, again, it will be much more helpful for you to filter your files by setting a proper criteria to it and get better search results. And then now to the step 4, let's go ahead and associate, or let's trigger a workflow for this document with another member inside the team. So there is a design document. This has to be reviewed by the lead person in our organization. Now let's again choose the same file and then click on the 3 dots and start a workflow. And under this approval workflow, let's choose a person who will be inside an organization, member 3, and I can kindly review the document, and we can also select a approval date or time. Let's say the expiration date and time for them, and then send for approval. So you can see an icon displayed here, which will let you know the workflow has been enabled for this particular document. So once the workflow is triggered, it will be automatically displayed to the other person. Let me show you from the other end also. Here, this is another account where the document workflow has been triggered, and under workflows, if you see, okay. Yes, so here is the document which has been waiting for my approval, where 2 views will be given for you: the list of files that is waiting for my action and the documents that's started by me. So here, this particular file is waiting for my action. Let me go ahead and choose the activity, and here let me suggest some changes to add a watermark to the file, and that's done. So here I have suggested some changes to the person who initiated the workflow to add a watermark to the document. So in that case, the file will have more credibility to the account. Now let's get back here. Since the suggestion has been made, let me again go to my workflows tab, and here is my document. So here, since the add a watermark to the file, I'm just choosing a watermark and saving it. As you see, save as a new version option is there. That's saved. So the design file has our organization's watermark added to it. Now from here, let's go ahead and again go to the same folders and the subfolder. So from here, we also do have unlimited file versioning. So the changes that I made will be created as a separate version, and it will be stored under the version section. So in Zoho WorkDrive, we do maintain unlimited file versioning, which also means you can always revert back to the old version, and every edit or every collaboration that's going to happen to a document, a new version will be saved at the backend. So here we also do maintain the file version, the retention management, which is you can also set up a retention policy to have the latest version at the top and set or delete the remaining versions. So that also will be under complete control over the users of the space. So once this is done, you can done this. So let's then finally go ahead and share this file to someone. Now the approval is done. Let's share the document to one client user. So here you can type in an email ID. Let's again go to an external person, and I'm setting an access level for them. So here this is direct email address sharing, where if you're going to share a document or a file to anybody who's not part of your organization. In our use case, we do have our clients to whom we'll be sharing the document. So for those users will be considered as an external users by default. Now let's set an access level for them that says view and click on share. So the document will be directly shared to the person's emails inbox. Now this user being a client, they need to verify their email address through an OTP authentication method. This means once they get verified their email address, only then they'll be getting access to the data that's been shared to them. The main reason for this is when the data is getting out of cloud, we need to make sure it is being protected. Also, we need to make sure it is the right person who's getting access to the data on the right time. So this is the OTP level based sharing. And then we also have the comments section where you'll be able to easily collaborate within. So here are the comments. So you can mention somebody. So the comments that you place it here and the external users place it on the particular document will be immediately reflected for you, and you can easily collaborate on the comment section also. So this way, from a little recap on what we started with, we are creating team folders, uploading subfolders in documents. We also associated data templates. We had an index view for better pointing of the document. We sent for workflows. Approval is done. We also added watermarks, and finally the document is shared to the external users. And after sharing, we also have a comment section where we can easily collaborate with external users within Zoho WorkDrive. So, and this brings us to the end of the live walkthrough. As you saw, from organizing files to collecting, and yeah, finally I just missed another important feature, which is collect files. So here, collect files is something that you can again generate a link and then share this link to your external members. Again, let's take another example of our clients. So using this link, people will be able to directly upload documents to WorkDrive Cloud. So while bringing in contents itself, you can bring it in an organized way. And with the real estate use case, you can even collect the ID proofs, such as their identification documents, and all that can be collected through collect files links, and you can directly upload it to Zoho WorkDrive. So these are the collection folders that's created here. You can see the files that's uploaded by the external users to Zoho WorkDrive. So this way you can bring in data using collect files. Now, right from WorkDrive supports the entire journey, right from site visit to deal closure under these set of features.
Great, thank you, Janani. That was really useful demo. Seeing it all come together from folder setup to sharing and approvals makes it clear how real estate teams can use WorkDrive every step of the way. So now let's take a look at how WorkDrive supports daily document handling. So, Janani, is there anything new or smarter on the way for real estate teams?
Yes, absolutely. WorkDrive now includes AI-powered enhancements to make your work faster and smarter. So let's take a look at how Zia AI helps real estate teams save time and reduce manual effort. So first up, Zia files. Here to start with, instead of reading through long rental agreements or contracts, Zia gives you a quick AI generated summary. Let's say you receive a 20-page lease contract. You can skim the entire document in seconds and focus only on what matters.
A huge time saver, especially when dealing with multiple listings and agreements in a day. So what about working with teammates who speaks different languages?
Great question. So here, internal team members often work across regions and languages. So that's where common translation comes in. Let's say a teammate from your Dubai office leaves comments in Arabic on a legal document. Zia AI can instantly translate them to English so you can understand and respond without any delay.
That's incredibly helpful for real estate teams working with multilingual regional offices or global stakeholders.
Yes, now let's talk about finding the right files without wasting time digging through folders. So WorkDrive's smart search uses OCR, object detection, and advanced filters like location, file type, date, creator, metadata, and even file content. So that means you're not just searching by file name, you're searching within the file including scanned documents and images. So, for example, you can do a keyword based search like floor plan with balcony, or filter by agent name, property status, or listing location based on your data template fields. So, even if a scanned PDF contains notes like final payment due in 30 days, WorkDrive's OCR will detect it and include it in the search results.
It's a huge time saver, especially for real estate teams managing hundreds of files per property. So now, Janani, I believe it's time to move to the next major area in our agenda.
Yes, and it's a crucial one. So, here to start with, real estate teams deal with highly sensitive documents like client ID proofs, financial records, and contracts. A small mishandling can lead to data breaches or even legal trouble. So, let's say a buyer's loan sanction letter ends up with someone from the marketing team instead of the legal department. That's a clear compliance violation, and it could harm both your firm's reputation and client trust. To avoid such risks, we will be seeing functionalities in WorkDrive to cater them.
That's absolutely vital, especially with the kind of confidential documents real estate firms handle every day. Now let's take a look at how WorkDrive ensures this level of control. So we just touched on data security. Can you tell us how WorkDrive's DLP helps real estate teams especially?
Sure. So think of DLP as your silent guard. It works behind the scenes to restrict access and control users' actions on sensitive files like downloading, copying, or printing. Let's say your team uploads a buyer's loan sanction letter to a shared folder. With DLP, you can automatically block users from downloading, copying, printing, or even displaying a warning if someone tries to perform the mentioned actions over the classified files. This gives your team a heads up before a mistake happens, especially helpful for new employees or external consultants who are part of your WorkDrive account.
So even if an internal user tries to share it outside the team, they would be blocked. Am I right?
Exactly. That's because DLP works based on classification labels. So here, these labels help you identify sensitive files like financial documents, contracts, or IDs, and then apply strict rules to them. You can create and apply these labels in two ways. One, automatically through a DLP policy based on file type, content, or location, or manually by right-clicking on a file and choosing the appropriate classification label. So once labeled, WorkDrive automatically restrict access, no need for team members to configure permissions every time.
That's smart. So the restriction kicks in based on how the file is tagged, not based on someone remembering to do it.
Exactly. It ensures that sensitive files are protected consistently, whether you are handling legal paperwork, financial records, or client IDs. So it's specifically useful when you're juggling hundreds of documents across teams, sales, legals, or field agents. You don't want to leave data protection a chance.
All right, so we have seen how DLP helps restrict file misuses. What about tracking actions already taken, especially for compliance?
Great question. So that's where audit trials in WorkDrive comes in. WorkDrive logs every action, uploads, downloads, shares, deletions, and gives admins full visibility through activity reports. You can filter these logs by member, folder location, action type, and even data range.
That sounds super useful. So do you have a real world use case here?
Absolutely. So let's imagine a situation where a team member accidentally deletes a client's property agreement. With activity report, the admin can quickly filter by the user's activity, check the time of deletion, and even see what file was affected. They can then restore the file from the trash or use version history. Plus, if there is an external audit or legal review, admins can export the full activity report for documentation.
So it's not just about catching issues, it's about having proof of compliance ready when needed.
Exactly. It's about being proactive and audit ready all the time.
That's great. So we have talked about tracking activities, but what if we want to prevent access to certain files altogether, especially when different teams handle different parts of a deal?
That's where fine-grained folder permissions in WorkDrive really help real estate teams. Let's say you have a team folder for sales and listing, and inside that you have subfolders for legal documents, client KYC, and financial records. Now, your field agents may need access to property photos photos, and listings, but they shouldn't see confidential financial data or contracts.
Right. So different roles, different access needs, right?
Ex- Exactly. WorkDrive lets you customize folder permissions. So even though someone is part of the team folder, you can restrict their access to a specific subfolder. For example, you can give your legal team editor access to the contracts folder and make it invisible to the sales team entirely.
Perfect for keeping client trust intact while your team stay productive. And now let's run another quick poll here. So we would like to know what's your biggest challenge when managing real estate files across tools and devices. All right, great. So thank you so much for your participation. And now we have come to the last segment on integration and mobility.
Absolutely. So far, we have covered how WorkDrive supports an internal file management, client collaboration, and data protection. Now, let's shift gears and talk about how your team can work smarter across tools and devices.
That's right. So because in real estate, speed and responsiveness matters. Whether you're handling client requests, accessing documents from your phone, or syncing with your CRM, being connected matters.
Exactly. In the next few slides, we will show you how WorkDrive helps you stay productive, whether you're in the office, on site, or replying to leads on the go. Let's begin with one of the most requested integrations, Zoho CRM. For real estate teams, CRM is where all the leads activity happens. And with WorkDrive, you can attach and manage your files right from the CRM interface.
So you could be attaching flow plans to a lead or uploading legal documents directly into a contract or a deal, all within a couple of clicks.
That's right. You can add files to the attachment section directly to emails, or even though upload files or fields in your Zoho CRM forms. This makes it easier for your sales team to keep everything in one place without juggling between the apps. So we will show you exactly how this works in a live demo. So I'll just quickly go to the WorkDrive UI and let me sign into my Zoho CRM account. So here is our Zoho CRM, and from here let's choose leads, and this is our WorkDrive team folder. So now let's go to leads, choose Rahul Verma, one of a lead, and then here we'll have a list of attachments. So in this attachments, you can directly upload files from Zoho WorkDrive, and then here are the leads. We can also create separate subfolders for each leads that's getting created under ZRM. And then under attachments, you can also choose multiple files and pick it. Here you have few options where members with access permission in WorkDrive will be able to access it. So that is what we'll be looking for. And here are the attachments. So this way you can directly pull files from Zoho WorkDrive, and also upload any attachments from leads will be uploaded to Zoho WorkDrive. So there is a back and forth where you can have your data managed in WorkDrive across Zoho CRM and Zoho WorkDrive. So then we'll just move on to the next stage. All right. Now moving on to Outlook add-in.
So let's see how about managing files without leaving your inbox. Sounds too good to be true.
Not at all. So with Zoho WorkDrive Outlook add-in, real estate teams can respond to client inquiries faster without switching apps. So let's say a potential buyer sends you an email asking for the floor plan of a property they just visited last week. Instead of downloading, uploading, or switching tabs, you can just click the WorkDrive icon inside the Outlook, select the file, and also say the Hilltop Residency 3 BHK plan, and attach it to your reply as secure shareable link.
That saves so much time, especially for agents who are constantly juggling client emails.
Exactly. You can also save attachments from your emails directly to Zoho WorkDrive folders, or archive entire email conversation in .eml format for future reference or compliance needs.
All right, Janani, so far we have seen how teams can work smoothly from their desktops, but what about agents who are always on the move?
Great point. So in real estate, you rarely are at your desk. You are either at a site or meeting a client or traveling between properties. So that's where Zoho WorkDrive mobile app really shines.
So what can they do with it?
Practically everything. Let's say an agent is waiting to board a flight to meet a client. They can pull up the latest deal summary, make last minute edits, and even share the brochure right from their phone.
That's handy. What about uploading documents?
So here, apart from the usual uploads, they can also use Scribble when they can sketch out layout ideas directly on their phones. And with our mobile widgets, they can instantly upload photos from a site visit or quickly search for files right from the home screen.
Nice. So everything stays synced with the team.
Exactly. Any edits made, whether on-site or during travel, get synced to the cloud so everyone stays on the same page, no matter where they are.
That's great. So it's time for one last poll for this session. So as a real estate professional, how informative did you find this webinar in addressing your team's document? With that being said, let's quickly recap what we went through today. So we began by looking at the common challenges real estate teams face, like scattered files, approval delays, compliance risk, and teams not staying in sync. Then we explored how WorkDrive helps tackle all of this. And you get a centralized space where all files are neatly organized, and you can set up custom folder structures and control access using role-based permissions. Whether your team is in the office or on the move, they can access everything through desktop and mobile apps. So say you need documents for a client, just send a file request. Or if you need internal approvals, use our built-in approval workflows. And we also walk through a full real estate use case from site visit to deal closure to show how WorkDrive fits into your everyday operations. On top of that, AI tools like file summary, smart search, and comment translation helps you work faster and stay clear on the details. And finally, when it comes to security and compliance, features like DLP watermarking and OTP-based file sharing ensures your documents are always protected. With WorkDrive, you can work smarter, stay organized, and close deals faster without any content chaos. And also, if you wish to have a personalized demo, you can always book through the bookings page on our website. That our pre-sales team get in touch with you and give you a detailed demo. All right, so it's time to wrap up the session, and thank you all for joining us today. We hope this session gave you a clear picture of how Zoho WorkDrive is built to support modern teams, especially for real estate firms like yours. And if you have any questions or if you want to explore further in WorkDrive, please feel free to reach us out via phone, email, or chat. It works 24/7, so you can always drop in an email or you can reach us via live chat that's available on our pricing page of WorkDrive. So we'll see you in the next webinar with a brand new case study. Until then, take care.
Thank you once again, everyone, for joining the webinar.